Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm back at my local circuit, Donington Park, but this time I'm on my Multistrada V4S. Due to popular request, I've decided to put this on the track. So sit back, relax, and come along for the ride. Right, okay, so we're not on track till 5:45, that's PM this evening. The weather was looking really dicey till about an hour ago. All day we've had these isolated sort of showers going over. The track looks dry and this looks the better part of the day. So I'm in the novice group, or the novice intermediate. I think there's 2 groups out this evening. I think there's about 4 sessions. I've promised 1 or 2 people I'll take the Multistrada around, and that's what we're doing. Just going through a few settings on this bike. So I've only ever used the default settings, but I'm just going to go into the riding mode here and literally go through everything. I've already pre-done this, but we've got the engine in high, and I've also done the sort of suspension. So we've gone for the front, and we've got that into performance there as well, which is it's in its hardest. Again, I've not tried any of these sort of settings out. So and the same for the rear. We've put that in the hardest setting. I mean, I'll do the first session, see what it's like, see if that needs adjusting, and let's see where we go from there. Right, this is the first session, so let's see how this one goes. So right guys, yeah, that's the first session done. Gotta say, felt completely different being on the Multistrada compared to the Street Fighter V4S that I've got. Yeah, the tyres held up really well. I mean, I gave it that couple of sighting laps just to start building some heat up, and then sort of check the tyre pressure afterwards. And you know, the rear tyre, I only dropped the tyre pressures by 2 psi, and the time I'd come in, I was up 6 psi in the rear, and 4 psi in the front. So it's obviously generated some heat, but it's actually quite a relaxed position on the bike. I mean, it was out there, it's in the group, it was keeping up with everybody. I would say you've got to get on the brakes a bit earlier. I don't know if that's because of different brake pads, probably more weight on the bike. I've just sort of put enough fuel in it to sort of get me through the session as well. I didn't want to be like filling the tank up on these things, because they are really top heavy, and you know, they sort of hold about sort of 20 litres or so, which you don't want sloshing around at that sort of weight into the corners. But all in all, that was an absolutely fantastic session. Right, and obviously it says on the No Limits website that you must eat as well, so I've got a prawn mayonnaise sandwich after the first session. Okay, so they've just called for the second session. Let's go do this one. Right guys, all in all, the Multistrada V4 is holding up on its own. I'll be honest, you've got to get on the brakes. It's the first time I've actually started using a back brake since I've started doing track days. You've got to slow this beast down. But all in all, I think it's doing all right out there. There's some fast riders. Right, so yeah, we're back on the Red Bull. Just to go out for the third session, but I'll just quickly show you what's happening with the tyres now they're warming up. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, they're just starting to sort of chew up on these edges. But all in all, I'm quite impressed with it as a stock bike. I'm glad I made those adjustments to the suspension and everything, just to stiffen it all up. You can just see on the front there, it's just starting to wear in nicely. Right, yeah, so one of the good things about this bike, it's got a fuel gauge, so I've not been overfilling the bike. Also, if you've noticed, I've taken the screen off as well for two reasons. One, to attach my camera for, which I've actually been told off, so I've had to lower the camera down, so that is acceptable. It started buffering out a little bit at high speed, so I thought it would just be easier to whip that screen off. Let's get ready for the third session. third session then, guys. I've got to be honest, this bike does handle pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying it's as good as the Street Fighter. This is my first time out on track on this. Maybe the tyre choice isn't the best, but I'm not having no problems out there. I think if you're going to do a track day on one of these, just go for it. You can have no problems whatsoever. I mean, it's getting a bit dark now as the evening draws in. One of my main mistakes, changing the visor. So I've got the dark visor. I'm just going to swap it. I have brought the clear one with me. So I'm just going to swap that over. We have got 4 sessions today as well, 15 minutes for the last one. Each of the other sessions have been 20 minutes. But all in all, like I said, I mean, I'm having to use the back brake a little bit as well, just to slow this beast of a bike down. But it feels good. Honestly, it absolutely feels great out there. I'm not the best rider, but yeah, I think I've certainly improved over time this year, being my first year doing some track sessions. Would I put it on track again? Yes, I would. If this was my only bike and I'd not got the Street Fighter, then I'd definitely put this on the track. So don't think because they're supposedly sports tourers, adventure tourers, that they're not designed for track. They've got a beast 170 brake horsepower engine in there. If you're a competent rider, you'll eat these boys up all day long. So there we go, guys, the Multistrada V4 on track at Donington Park. I've got to say this bike has been absolutely superb today in these evening sessions. It's got a bit dark now, but the tyres have held up well for my level anyway. Really comfortable to ride even around the track. The quick shifter is absolutely brilliant on this, seamless on the track. So yeah, if you've got one, give it a go. So hope you like the video, guys. If you're not subscribed, then please do so. Give us a like, and I'll see you in the next one.